Question we're going to work on is out of Test 1, Section 2 again. This time we're going to take a look at Question 9. And the College Board leveled this a Level 3 as well. To be honest, the reason this one isn't a Level 1 or 2 is because of the wording of the question itself. So this is almost the same as an except question. Get all the following are true except. Now, the reason why those tend to be hard is because when we see an except question, or in this case it says which one would the author disagree with, accept or disagree, which is the case here, what we're really looking for is the wrong answer. Okay, so in theory that doesn't sound so hard, right? But in the reality, by the time you go through A, B, C, you get down to D and E, your brain wants to go back to picking what the correct answer is, right? Because for every single question, we're focusing on the correct answer. And now all of a sudden we have to pay attention to the wrong answer. So what I like to do with this is I like to say, okay, I'll read A. Is A correct? A is correct, so I'm going to eliminate it because I'm looking for the wrong. I almost have this little thing I have to say to myself every single time because I can see how easy it is to just all of a sudden forget you're looking for the wrong and pick the correct. And time again over the years that I've been doing this, I see so many kids get to D or E and pick the right answer. Or maybe they left A and they left D and they get it narrowed down to those two because they liked both A and D because they're technically correct and we were looking for which one's wrong. And then they still forget that they're looking for the wrong and they pick the best correct answer. So hopefully when you see these types of questions, you can figure out some technique. I usually write right in the margin that I'm looking for the wrong answer. I write it really large right next to A, B, C, and D so that I don't let my brain forget that I'm looking for which one's wrong. Okay, so the author would most likely disagree with which of the following statements about King. So now here's what's interesting. 4 of the statements are going to be correct. One's going to be wrong. So let's go ahead and work through this together. It's kind of hard to tell yourself the answer here because you don't really know what they're going to tell you. So in this case, you don't need to so much figure out what the answer is ahead of time. You kind of need to eliminate what you know for sure is wrong and then go back in if need be. Okay, so let's take a look at A. Her family history plays no part. Family equals no part. Now, that's an absolute word, right? That I want you to notice. That no part. That's definite, right? None, zero, zilch. And I do, in fact, remember them mentioning her father. So most people would then say, so that's wrong. But remember, we're looking for the wrong answer. So I would say that's not true because they mention her dad. I'll at least keep it for now. B, contributions were markedly original. So were her contributions original? I know that is true because it talks about her program that she developed, and that's on line 4. So if she developed a program, they are original. So since it is stated in the passage, I'm looking for what's wrong, so I'm going to eliminate B. C, because B was in line 4. C, has her interest in her has spread throughout popular culture. Okay, well, she was described as an icon. I remember that. And I also remember that the books and movies and films and these kinds of things are done about her. So I would say that's true, and I'm looking for what's wrong, so I'm going to eliminate it. And I have to say that to myself even after years and years and years of doing this. I still have to say that. I have to talk myself through it to say, well, it says that, but I'm looking for what's wrong, so it's wrong. So take the time on these. It may take a little bit of extra time, but they're usually not hard as long as you're focused on what the question is asking. Okay. She was well known in the field of computer science long after she had completed her work. Well, that one I'm going to eliminate right away because I know that she was remembered. And again, she was remembered through books and films and everything else, and a language was named after her. They said that at the end, a computer language. Her life was remarkable apart from her contributions. Well, I would say her life was remarkable. One, she was the daughter of Lord Byron, which is significant and interesting. So just along for that reason alone, I remember one specific thing that I know they state, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then that leaves me with the only answer that's left, which is A. Because one, I'm always skeptical when I see those absolute words, right? I'm not going to pick this answer unless I check it out. So if I was going to say, did her family have no part? But in my mind, I kind of remembered they talked about her father. So that's why A is going to be the best answer, because it is wrong. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the skills that we use to get to the bottom of this answer. In this case, we didn't use tone, but we did use concrete words and ideas to eliminate the wrong answer choices, because in this case, those were the things that were stated in the passage. We also used the next one, which is absolute ideas, because we had that idea that her family played no part, and we know her father did. And then we also used, in an interesting way, the wrong subject, because if we weren't looking for what was wrong or what she would disagree with, it would have been easy to get this one wrong. Okay, keep plugging away. Thanks for watching.